What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to Rebuilding Nebraska. This episode, we've got a little bit of a recruiting update. We're not going to be playing any games in this episode. This is just going to be going over our recruiting board, showing where we're at currently at this point of the season. I'm going to do videos like this periodically over the course of the season, whenever I feel like we need to come back for it. But there's not going to be any gameplay in this one, but we're still playing FCS Midwest. It's still coming out today. As of posting this video, it's going to be out in an hour, so don't worry, you're still getting some gameplay, just an extra video thrown in there in case you're interested in where we're at in terms of recruiting. So let's start off with the team needs. Remind ourselves where we need players at. So on offense, we need a quarterback. Adrian Martinez is graduating, and we don't really have anyone else behind him that's any good. So decent chance we start a freshman next year. Fullback, obviously we don't have any on the team. After year one, you're required to have at least one, depending on the playbook. Center, another area we need, but it'd just be a backup. Tim Jurgens, our starter, is only a junior, so he's still going to start next year. But we could still use players at basically every position. We don't have a lot of talent on offense, so I'm still interested in bringing somebody in basically everywhere. In terms of defense, some big needs there. This is predicated on us switching to a 4-3, so that's what the minimums are based on. So we would need 2 defensive ends, and we probably need at least 3 defensive ends because we currently have no pass rushers. We need pass rushers if we're going to move to a 4-3. So defensive end is going to be one of our highest priorities. Defensive tackle, another area of need. Our top 2 guys are both seniors, and their backups aren't great. So could also be starting some freshmen at defensive tackle. In terms of linebacker position, I feel like we're in a solid position there. Not a huge need, but still, if I can bring in talent, I will. Cornerback, we don't need players, but our top cornerback, Taylor Britt, is graduating, and he's the only good cornerback we have. So yeah, I definitely want to bring in some cornerbacks to be probably starters for us next year. We do need a free safety. Our starter, both free safety and our 2 starting strong safeties are both graduating. So safety is a pretty solid need. We've got a decent backup strong safety that's a sophomore that could start for us next year, but probably really need a free safety. And then finally, punter. We've got one currently, but he is a junior. And generally, I like to recruit punters and kickers when the starter is a junior, so they can redshirt their freshman year and then start as a redshirt freshman, just so they're a little bit better. So let's get into the recruiting board. To start off, the top of our board is the same as it was in preseason. Jeff Holland is the number 1 guy we're targeting. 6'2", 200 pounds, 5-star athlete. He is a quarterback. I think that's his best position. 84 throw power, 78 throw accuracy. Really solid speed, really good agility, solid acceleration, really good elusiveness, and good break tackle. 79 break tackle. For comparison, Adrian Martinez, who has the highest break tackle of any player currently in the game, has 80. So we can really play a similar offense with Jeff Holland in there. We just have even more speed at the quarterback position. So I really like Jeff Holland. Currently top of his board, looking like we probably should be able to get him. Number 2 is Kenny Ross. Originally, he was going to be a backup quarterback option. We are starting to fall behind on him, but I just recently went all in on him and offered him a scholarship because it looked like we are getting Jeff Holland, so Kenny Ross wouldn't play quarterback, but I think he's actually a really good running back. He's a solid quarterback as well. He's actually got better throw power and accuracy than Jeff Holland with the same speed, better acceleration, but his agility is quite a bit lower. His carrying is a little bit lower, and he's pretty small at 5'11", 190, so I think he would fit better as a running back with that really good elusiveness and break tackle, really good spin and juke as well, decent carrying. So yeah, I think Kenny Ross is a pretty good player, the best running back we've really got on the board, and he can be a decent receiver as well, so that just adds even more value to him. Next up, new player on our board, number 3 guy we're going after, Lance Little. We do need defensive ends at a pretty high priority if we're going to move to a 4-3. So I'm really going after Lance Little. Just adding to the board, like I said. Apparently starting to move up the board. Just put a lot of points into him. Decent pass rusher, but he's just a really solid all-around player. Finesse moves are pretty low, but he's got good power, block shed, really good speed, really good acceleration, really good strength, pursuit, play rec, tackle, all really solid. So definitely really interested in Lance Little. If it's a tackle, we need Ryan Brown. Another really solid player, really well-rounded. Power moves, finesse moves, both pretty solid. Good block shed, good strength, decent speed and acceleration. Play rec, pursuit, both solid as well. Decent chance he could start for us. Blake Harper, the highest-rated player on our board, 82 overall, strong safety. He's really good. He could start at free safety next year because that'd probably be a bigger need if we do get him. He's got really good speed and acceleration, really good agility. Tackle is really good. Play rec is pretty low, which is the one thing that really concerns me, but his coverage is solid. And he's got really good block shed. So I think he is a better strong safety, but I think he could do a job at free safety. Alex McMahon is kind of the backup in case we can't get Blake Harper. There's a decent chance we could actually get both. And, Alex McMahon could probably play free safety. I think free safety for Alex McMahon is better than strong safety. Really good speed, decent tackling. Block shed is pretty low, which is kind of why I think he's more of a free safety. He's got solid coverage skills. Not exceptional, but that really good speed. I think he could be a really good player for us. Gary Thompson, really interested in bringing in some cornerbacks because we don't have any talent there. Gary Thompson would come in and immediately be our best cornerback. Really good speed, 95 speed. Acceleration and agility, both really good as well. Coverage skills are really good. And he's got some size at 6'2", 187. He could definitely be a number one corner for us. Justin Roberson was higher on our board, but we're falling behind on him a little bit, behind Penn State. Falling behind a little bit. He's a solid player, really well-rounded, decent block shed, pretty decent power moves, okay tackler, really good pursuit, decent play rec, decent coverage, but not the most massive need, and not super sure we're going to get him. Tony Roberts, not a huge need, considering he wouldn't be a starter, but in 2 years, he would be a starter, and he's really good. Good pass block, good run block, good impact blocking, good acceleration, solid strength. And it looks like we are going to get him. We're pretty high on his board, 1,600 points ahead of anyone else. Reese Whitworth, a guard. Again, we don't need it like we do a center, but he probably would be a starter, unlike Tony Roberts, because he's really good. We don't have any other good guards. We are a little bit behind Auburn, but we just started going all in on him. So we recently put 500 points on him. He's really good strength, really good acceleration, really good pass blocker. Another defensive end, because we need multiple. Jerome Wilson, really good pass rusher. 81 power, 82 finesse. And he's not really bad anywhere else. He's got pretty bad strength, so I wouldn't really want to play him as like a strong side defensive end. But just as a pure pass rusher, I think he'd be pretty good with that good acceleration. Tim Hart, we need another defensive tackle. He's the guy I really want. Really, another solid, well-rounded player, solid strength. He is only like 269 pounds, but I think with that strength, he'd be all right. Top of his board, not running away with it, but if we do get commits from some of these other guys, I'd probably put the points into Tim Hart. Third defensive end, because I think we need a third defensive end. Antonio Gilmore, currently top of his board. He's higher rated than Jerome Wilson, but he's not even close to as good. So I don't know how he's higher rated. We fully scouted both of them, but pass rusher, he's much worse. Block shedder, he's a little bit better, but strength, he is quite a bit better. But physically, he's pretty similar. Lower acceleration, a little bit better speed. His play rec and pursuit are both a lot lower. And he is a good tackler. I think it's the tackling, hit power, and strength that really give him that overall. But I think Jerome Wilson, for what we need, is a better player. So he's the guy I'm going over him a little bit more. But still want Antonio Gilmore as well. Jake Jackson, a fullback. We haven't scouted him because we don't really need to. But it doesn't look like we're going to get him. We're falling behind Oklahoma. And I don't think if we went all in on him, we might be able to get him. But I don't know if it makes sense to go all in on a fullback when currently we only use one in goal line, and I don't think that's really going to change. So we need one just to make up the roster, but it might end up just being a walk-on. And the final player we got points into is a punter, Tim Morris. Like I said, our current punter is a junior. I like to bring in a freshman and redshirt him. So the guy we've got on the board right now is Tim Morris. Just added him. No one else is really interested, so hoping we can get him. Some other guys that we're probably going to be putting points into as soon as we get some commits. David Williams, another cornerback. He is pretty small at 5'9", 166, so he'd probably be a slot guy. But he'd be a really good slot guy. Really good speed, acceleration, really good agility. Man, zone, press, all really solid as well. Pursuit, play rec, all really good as well. With that press, he might be able to survive out wide. He does have 88 jumping as well, but I'm not too sure. He'd probably be better in the slot. Steve Jones, JUCO running back, backup running back option, really well-rounded. Decent speed, acceleration, agility, break tackle, tracking, looseness, all really solid. Carrying, ball carrier vision. Good receiver as well, but he is a JUCO, so yeah, he's not top of the board, but another guy we're keeping an eye on. First wide receiver is Andrew Jones. He's really fast, 96 speed, 85 acceleration, only 71 agility, and he has 56 catching. But he has 82 route running, 77 release, and 76 catching traffic. And he's 6'7". So that's why he's our top wide receiver. Greg McKinney, an athlete, is also a wide receiver, and he's got a much better overall. He's a much better actual receiver. He's just not 6'7" and doesn't have 95 speed. He has 89 speed, so he's still not slow. Better receiver, 77 catching. Route running is a little bit lower. The rest of his numbers are pretty solid. Decent break tackle and looseness. I do really want a guy that can be like a dynamic threat with the ball. And McKinney kind of is that. I would like somebody better. So I'd still be interested in bringing him in. Brandon Wood, another cornerback. Another really solid cornerback with good speed. agility is kind of low, so might be better on the out wide. Some okay size, decent press, really good man coverage as well. So yeah, definitely another guy we're keeping an eye on. Another guy we could end up going for. And the rest, not a huge amount of talent in the rest of our board. Just some backup options at positions we might need players at. Sampson is another cornerback option. Another guy that I think would be better in the slot probably with his low press. What is his press? Yeah, 69 press. 6 foot 177. Another slot guy. Caleb Nolan, another option defensive end that's not really that good. Really good acceleration, but he doesn't really have pass rushing. Decent block shedder. Okay strength. And then the rest of it is just backup options, really. Jeremy Thompson, another wide receiver option. Just okay player. Kyle Fowler, another quarterback option that has no throw accuracy. So just a break in case of emergency option in case we can't get the guys we're going after. Mike Hines was higher on our board, but looks like we're getting the other center. So don't really need him. So I've stopped putting points into him. And the rest of it is just mostly players that were kind of towards the top of their board, but not. We've got better players in the position that we're going after. But if we don't get them, then they could be a fallback option. And an extra punter, just in case we don't get the other guy. So, that is our current recruiting board. Looking like we're going to bring in some good talent. I think there could be quite a few freshman starters next year. So just a little short video to update on your recruiting. Like I said, these are going to be periodically throughout the season, whenever I feel like I need to put them out. Wasn't sure about doing this one, but it's been a couple of weeks, and our board's changed quite a bit, especially with us looking like we're going to a 4-3. So I thought I'd update you. Like I said, this is going to be just a standalone video. There's going to be no gameplay. This is the video. But the gameplay episode playing FCS Midwest is coming out as of when this is posted in an hour. So keep an eye out for that. If that's already been posted, definitely go watch it. I'm sure it's probably going to be a good game. I haven't played it yet, but I'm sure we're going to put up some points. That's got to be exciting. I'll see you then. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.